This is TechCrunch.
TikTok rolls out a nearby feed to display local content in select countries. I'm Imran Sheikh, and your Friday Daily Crunch featuring 3 big tech headlines starts right now. Spotify says yesterday's launch of its annual year-in review feature, Spotify Wrapped, was its biggest ever. The streaming service reports that Wrapped 2025 saw over 200 million engaged users within the first 24 hours, 19% more than last year's AI-centered flop. Last year, it took Wrapped 62 hours to reach 200 million users, the company noted. Engaged users are counted as those who have viewed at least one of the stories within the Wrapped experience. In addition, Spotify said Wrapped was shared more than 500 million times this year, 41% more than last year. This includes native shares from within the app as well as screenshots and downloads. In particular, markets like the US, India, Indonesia, Japan, Colombia, and Thailand drove the metrics this year. Wrapped, the popular annual review of Spotify users' listening history and stats, had a rough reception last year as people criticized the lack of detailed stats and the focus on the inclusion of an AI podcast over other clever and creative data stories. Well, Spotify took that feedback into account for this year's Wrapped, adding nearly a dozen new features and deeper data dives. While it did use AI behind the scenes, the new Wrapped didn't include a consumer-facing AI experience. Instead, Spotify focused on letting users connect with each other by allowing them to compare their listening age, their Wrapped group, a category of listeners, and with its first live multiplayer feature, Wrapped Party, that offered real-time data and stat comparisons. Amazon's considering ending its long-standing contract with the United States Postal Service and building out its own competing nationwide delivery network, according to the Washington Post. Now, the current agreement between the e-commerce giant and the USPS expires in October 2026. The two sides have spent months negotiating what the next version of the contract will look like, but those negotiations have been complicated by President Trump's push to privatize the USPS, the Post reports. Under the current agreement, Amazon pays the USPS billions of dollars annually to distribute packages, accounting for roughly 7.5% of the agency's revenue in 2025. The USPS is a long-standing and trusted partner, and we remain committed to working together, Amazon spokesperson Steve Kelly said in a statement, adding that the company is discussing ways to extend our partnership. But Kelly said Amazon was surprised to hear the USPS wants to run an auction for some of its shipping capacity. Amazon already operates a large transportation network that includes airplanes, Rivian electric vans, and a budding drone delivery service, though the drone program has faced a number of struggles this year, including, most recently, a Federal Aviation Administration probe. It's also developing autonomous vehicles through its subsidiary, Zoox. TikTok's introducing a new nearby feed to allow users to explore what's happening around them. The company says the new feed is designed to help users do things like discover a new restaurant close to home or find a new place to explore during a trip. The nearby feed is rolling out to the UK, France, Italy, and Germany. TikTok was first spotted testing a nearby feed way back in 2022 when it had rolled it out to select users in Southeast Asia. TikTok says sharing your location is optional and that the option is only available to users who are 18 or older. When your location setting is enabled, TikTok may use your device's GPS-based location when the app is in use to provide more accurate location-based recommendations. Now, for iOS users, they'll see a visible indicator when their location is being accessed. The company notes that it continues to collect and use location information in line with local laws. TikTok content won't appear in the nearby feed if someone is under 18 years old, has a private account, or sets their post privacy to friends or only you. If people want to see nearby content from a different place, they can change their location by selecting the location name and then following the steps to update it. The company says this can be useful when you're traveling or want to do some research for your next trip. While TikTok is already known for its recommendation algorithm, which is able to target users with highly personalized content, the addition of a nearby feed gives it the ability to display even more relevant content to its users. You can access the nearby feed directly from the TikTok home screen. The name of the tab won't say nearby, but will instead reflect the location you're near. And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Aisha Malik, Sarah Perez, Sean O'Kane, and more awesome TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here tomorrow, same tech time, same Crunch channel. And until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.